Good morning, everybody. I'm Don Yoakum. This is the Atomic Habits team meeting, and we have a really awesome guest for you today. So one of the things that I do occasionally is go to Brent Gove because he has roughly 20,000 agents in his organization. And I ask him, hey, Brent, who in your organization do you think would be an amazing guest that could deliver some tremendous value to our team? And a few weeks ago, he said, well, that would be Wendy Goss. And apparently he had seen you on stage in Orange County, as I believe Clark Broom, who's with us today as well, did. And he goes, man, she just had great energy. She broke into the luxury market. And I think she'd be fabulous. So, of course, Brent did an introduction for us, and you very graciously agreed to give your time to our team today to share your secrets to breaking into the luxury space. And so we're excited to hear about that. Why don't you tell your real estate story, though, and the time that you've been in the business, and then particularly that transition and that decision that you made to go from being a standard agent to a luxury agent.
Okay. And just remind me, we're all EXP, right?
We are. There could possibly be a guest or two, but yes, these are EXP. And actually,
okay. I just want to make
particular call, you've got some pretty dynamic leaders on it as well.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I've been in the business almost 20 years in the $300,000 to $500,000 range. Those are my people, right? I'm a Jeep girl. I have Jeep friends. They don't have money because we put our money into Jeeps, right? So those are my favorite people to help buy a house, get them out of rentals, get them into a house, down payment assistance, a lot of that, So I've been doing a lot of that. And last year, my friend Haley Jones, she's in Tennessee. We were at, I think, what is that one event in Florida? Shareholders. So we were at shareholders.
Yeah, probably Orlando.
Yeah. And she goes, we need to be luxury. And I'm like, no, I'm not luxury. I'm fine, selling 50 plus homes a year. That's where I'm comfortable. I'm going to stay in my comfort zone. She goes, the hell you are. Like they said, all you have to do is take this black book and FedEx it to people's front door. And then we're going to everybody that expired over $1 million. And so I went on my computer and I searched, expired luxuries over $1 million. And there was 350. I said, I'm in. How hard can this be? Right. So anyway, so that's kind of where it started. And then, usually when I say something, I do it. I am a very, very good implementer. Right.
Okay. So before we go on, I just want to bring to everyone's attention a couple things that have happened here. Number one, Wendy chose to show up. So she went to the event, right? At the event, she sounds like a Haley Jones that gave her a little kick in the butt and said, hey, you could do better. So number one lesson is surround yourself with people that are going to bring the best out in you and encourage you to do more.
Yes.
And then it sounds like the next step was you took some action. I do want to say, by the way, when I take on a coaching client, one of the first things that I have them consider after they tell me the sources of their business is, have you thought about just increasing your average sales price? Because we do get paid as a percentage of the sales price.
Right? Like we could just give ourselves a raise.
Exactly.
So Joanna, she's on the call. She's my sister/assistant. And so I did have a conversation with her and she goes, well, it kind of makes sense. If we do luxury, you can sell, less and make more, which we would have more time to build because I want to build up my organization. Right. So another thing that I decided to do a year ago. So because it's really hard to build, while you're selling 50 plus homes a year. Or 100. I know some of you guys probably 100, 200, whatever. It's hard because you have no time. So anyway, so I figured, if I could do that, make more, sell less, have more time to build, it's just perfect, right? So we started, we looked at EXP Luxury, and these are $25 a piece. That's kind of expensive, right? So I did my own digging. And well, first, can I share screen?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Eric, is when you have that capability?
Yeah, she does, yes.
Perfect.
All right, here we go. So basically, the last 10 months, this is what my numbers look like now. I know, story spoiler alert. But anyway, pretty cool, right? So I was thinking, oh, 350 expireds, I could get 5 of those. Well, I got 10. So even better. Anyway, but so I went shopping for this hard black book that they said all we have to do is FedEx it to their front door, right? And I found them cheaper here. So yep, we made the book. We have the gold foil logo through the Thermobind. And then we bought the Thermobind machine, which we just start melting the glue. Yes, I make my own presentations. I know it's not $400 an hour work, but these are my babies. These are my babies. And it comes with we also have a padded envelope that it goes in also with our brand. FedEx logo goes right here, book goes right here, and boom, they love it. This is actually working. So I didn't have a great presentation. All my presentations had don't gamble on your biggest asset, don't roll the dice on, because it's Las Vegas. So it was like a little fun Las Vegas theme, which worked for, $300,000 to $500,000 range, but $10 million people don't want to see that. So the EXP luxury presentation is amazing. So if you guys aren't in EXP luxury, you really should tap into it because they have amazing stuff. So I also put a link in here for the shimmer cardstock, which goes with the expired letter on the front of the presentation, and then the back of the presentation, which has a QR code to my luxury my luxury website. So these are Canva templates. Basically, this is what it looks like inside the pretty black book, right? It has the picture of their home and their address. It shows them every platform that we're going to market on, plus 80 plus ads to over 100 countries. And we're pretty good on Facebook and YouTube. So anyway, so that's what it looks like. That's where it starts, right here.
So Wendy, what do you calculate the cost of that to be?
Right. So with the envelopes, the book, the printing inside, and the FedEx postage, I'm at $25 a book.
Okay.
Right. So instead of starting out at $25 and then paying for everything, I'm at $25 a book doing it my way.
Okay. But now what about the labor of putting those together? Because I know you're assembling them.
I do it. I do 13 a week. It takes less than an hour. Right? It takes less than an hour for me to put the books together, put them in the thing, and take them down to FedEx. So, if you could just time block that. So, but basically, Joanna, she pulls up all the new expired, even old ones. We went all the way back 2 years, right? But now that we're kind of all caught up from the 2 years, we're doing new expireds. She pulls them up, makes sure they're still expired, right? And not back on the market on Monday. She does all the presentations, pops a picture in, sends them to our printer. Our printer prints them, sends them to me. I make the books. They're in FedEx by Thursday and to their house by Friday. It has to happen just like that. Otherwise, things go back to market. And, sometimes they still go back to market. But the latest listing I just got, which was $4 million, they got my book in January. They decided to relist with someone else in February, but because they remember my book, right? And now it still hasn't sold. Guess who they're calling? Yep. Guess who just got the listing? Me. So don't give up, especially on the ones that go back to market, because chances are they might go back to market again. So, expire again. So anyway, this is what it looks like. I have my metal business card in there. EXP Luxury has really great cards too. I have a metal one because I'm a Jeep girl and we have fabrication and stuff like that. Anyway, and then a Golden Night schedule. Right now we're putting in Raider calendars because it's Raider season. So here's a link to my metal business card, sports schedule, and then how to make the book. I have little videos on everything. I'm a techie girl, so I teach Tech Tuesday too.
How many of these packages, these $25 packages, have you sent out?
Yeah, so I send out 13 a week, and I started last September.
Okay.
Yep, we're on batch 500. I think we're on our 500, our fifth
Okay.
batch of 100, because we order 100 at a time.
Okay.
So,
So if it's 500 and you said 13 listings.
no, there's 10 listings in 10 months.
Okay. 10. Okay. So it's basically 50 packages per listing.
Pretty much, if you're a math person. So I just know that I've already sold 4 of these. I've already sold 4 of these, which covered my expenses for a lot of black books.
Of course, of course. No, I mean, that's amazing, really. But I'm just, because your average commission on one of these luxury deals is probably close to $50,000, right?
Yeah, and they're all 3%. They're all 3%. Like that $12 million, that's $360,000 when it sells. Like, how freaking cool is that? That could pay off my mortgage. Like, that would change my life. I'm sure that would change yours. So,
and what's awesome is this is great, Wendy, because people will keep these, they'll hang on to them. And the long tail of this type of marketing, I mean, is going to be astronomical. I mean, because people, this is nice. They'll hang on to it. So I'm sure in the months and the years to come, you're going to get even more business. So that's great.
Yeah, we're getting appointments from, 6 months ago, a year ago. Like, I mean, it kind of just, how all marketing goes. Once you start, working on it, then sometimes like our street text leads that we run, we're getting those closed. And it was 2 years ago when they came in our funnel. So, I love it. So for finding and tracking expired, like I said, we just dove into the MLS. Yes, you can use Red X, Mojo, Vulcan 7 and pay for them. Number 1, MLS is free. Number 2, I don't trust that the other programs aren't going to tell me the truth about them going back to market. So that's why we use the MLS. It's super simple. You just run the search and do the things. This is our sample tracking sheet. And trust me, you want to track once you send 500, you want to make sure you're not resending them another book, right? So if they expire again, we just resend them our marketing plan. You know what I mean? So something different, but we do resend. We just don't want to keep sending them a book, right? So anyway, we put their address in there. We do check to make sure they're not owned by an agent. Our MLS says yes or no, agent owned. So we don't really want to send out our marketing to other agents, but it slipped through a couple times, but they're like, wow, this is great. And I'm like, yeah, you want to come on over? Anyway. So then we have first name, last name, mailing address. This is important. Go into the tax record and make sure you actually mail it where they live, because we're in Las Vegas. So we have a lot of second homeowners here. We don't want the tenant getting it. We don't want it sitting at a vacant, second home property. So go get the mailing address and then notes, and let's move you guys out of the way. And then community, what community they're in, last listed price, and expired withdrawn. So, because we also do withdrawns. So anyway, that is that. And then we add them to our CRM, right? Because it's not just sending them the book. That's not going to just get it. I mean, it does help. That's the starting point. But you do want to add them to your CRM. Stage is luxury. Source is expired luxury. We tag them luxury so we can easily find them and send them more stuff. And then add in when it expired and for how much. And then we add the action plan. We use Follow Up Box just because I love it. And then the action plan follow-up process is next. We'll talk about that next. But how we find phone numbers and emails is through white pages. Again, tons of different programs you can use. We like white pages. It seems to be more accurate. So anyway, then the follow-up process is really simple. You guys are going to love this.
How many calls are you making?
Right. So hold on. We're talking about follow-ups now.
All right.
Okay, so 4 days after we FedEx it, we send an email, right? And the email is just like this, has a little video in it. You can remake the video, pop that in, and this can be your first email going out. And then your calendar link, of course. So then 4 days after that, if we don't get a response, we text them, and we just text them a picture of the book. And we have a pretty low key text that goes out just saying, I just wanted to make sure you receive my FedEx package via FedEx about your property at blah, blah, blah. I know you're probably super sick of realtors right now, but I would love to have a conversation with you about how I can help you get your price or maybe even more. And Winnie Goss, your real estate boss with EXP Luxury. So this right here has gotten us so many more responses than an email, right? So, so we love the text, and they love how I say I can get them their price or maybe even more. Like if I was to go in and say, you guys probably didn't sell because you overpriced your shit, they're going to be like, no, my house is worth gold. So maybe it is. Let's give it a shot. Anyway, and then if we don't get a response, then we call, we meaning Sarah, because I don't like to make calls. So Sarah's my ISA, and she just basically says, hey, I'm Sarah with EXP. I just wanted to make sure you received the FedEx package that Wendy sent to you about your home at blah, blah, blah. Are you still wanting to sell? Wendy would love the opportunity to meet with you and show you what she does for her luxury home sellers. So if they don't answer, she sends them one of my luxury YouTube videos, like, you know, on the Michael Jackson house. Yes, I got a Michael Jackson listing. He used to live in it. So that's a fun one. Or my $12 million log cabin, you know, so she sends them something that I did so they can see how I told the story about their home and see how many views are on there. So, anyway, Sarah does keep calling. I don't know how many times she basically calls until someone tells her to stop calling. So, so there's that. And then Fellow, we use Fellow. It's like HomeBot on steroids, and it is an amazing program. And so as soon as they enter into our CRM, Fellow engages and keeps them updated on their home's value, and 2 times a month, so 24 times a year. And here's the link to get started with that. So that is the follow-up process. And then I decided to make some luxury videos. I've been making videos, but nothing like this. Like I've been talking to Jeep people, right? I've been telling them how to get their home ready for a home inspection. Do you think a $10 million seller cares about getting their home ready for an inspection? Like they want you to take care of all this shit. And so I had to go to ChatGPT because I've never been a luxury agent and ask them, you know, what are luxury home seller pain points, right? Because people tell me you got to talk to the pain. You got to talk to the pain. So I made these videos right here. They are all on YouTube, Wendy Goss, your real estate boss. And in order to get the scripts out of them, you can download the Glass Chrome extension that is free. Go to any YouTube video and click on it, and it pulls the whole script right out of it, and you can throw it right into ChatGPT and rewrite it as your own. You're welcome. Good stuff, right? So those are all my videos. You can make your own. And then my favorite editor, Brock Covington, his phone number and email are up here. He charges like $25 to $35 a video. But he doesn't do thumbnails. But he does amazing. Even if you send him some drone video footage of your area, they turn out really good because they're really resonating with people. So there's a lot of drone video footage of Las Vegas and Henderson in there. So I do have a luxury thumbnail in case you want it, a link to my green screen and lights. People are always asking me. And then my YouTube Canva cover template are in here. So those are the videos. And what do I do with the videos? Yes, they go on YouTube. They're on a playlist. Yes, they go on my website. They're on a playlist. But they're also getting retargeted in front of them on social media. So like I said, I'm kind of techie girl. This is where it gets a little technical. But I was like, okay, if I'm going to be luxury, I need to be in front of them, right? Right now, just all my Jeep people are probably seeing me. So I need to get in front of them. So I decided to pull all 10 luxury neighborhoods that I was trying to dominate. I pulled them through the Mojo farm, right? So, and you don't have to have Mojo forever. I mean, it's a dialer. I don't even call people. So, but they have a really cool farming tool, right? So if you just sign up for it, like 1 or 2 months, they give you like 25,000 polls a month. So they pull the name, emails, phone numbers, and addresses of these communities, right? And Mojo has a direct integration with Follow Up Boss. So they automatically go into my CRM and are tagged luxury because I tell it to, right? And then And then Street Text, which is my lead gen platform. We have 86,000 leads in our database. We know a couple of things. I've been using Street Text for 5 years. They have a direct integration with Follow Up Boss. So it's super cool because now every time they go, the 10 neighborhoods went into Follow Up Boss, now they're a luxury audience. And then I took these videos right here, and I rotate them every day in front of this audience. So it's a different video every day. So they're not seeing the same video of me for 2 weeks running a reach ad or retargeting. This is retargeting them, but different videos every day. They have these things called ad bundles, and you can put whatever you want in there. So every time I list a luxury home, I'm popping that in there too. So now I have like 30 days of content where that's never going to repeat. So anyway, so that's how I did that. And this right here are the training videos on how to do this, because this is a little technical. So then marketing materials, right? I think I bombed my first 5 appointments because I wasn't ready. Like, I don't know how to do it. I know how to do my other sellers, and they're a little less complex, but these people want to feel and touch things, right? And I feel like because I sent them the book, and then when they raised their hand, I sent them, this pre-listing guide before we meet, right? So also a Canva template. And then I didn't really have anything once I get there. So I ended up calling up my photographer because I didn't have any luxury home pictures, right? And I'm not stealing off the internet. I just called them and I'm like, hey, I'm going to be luxury. So I need 12 amazing luxury home photos from Las Vegas, make it relevant. And so I made these soft touch, that's important. Soft touch is luxury. These soft touch brochures with someone else's home on it, acting like it was my listing, but it says 1, 2, 3, your luxury home, Las Vegas, Nevada, right? So I did a light version and a dark version. So now I have something to take. I also did the light postcard and the dark postcard. I mean, now I have my own listing, so I can not fake it. But that's the one way to start out if you don't have this product. And eXp Luxury has all of this right there. You just design it in there, send it to print, order the soft touch, and then they come right to your front door. So they also have this really cool marketing plan that you can customize. So I also take this, I turn this into like a soft touch magazine, and they let you add your stuff in it. Talks about luxury marketing, client testimonials, why eXp Luxury, our global exposure, our marketing, property marketing, all the good stuff. Like, I barely changed anything because this is no Las Vegas, roll the dice thing. Like, this is beautiful, right? It says all where we market the properties. And then it talks about our technology, how we use technology, our social presence, digital marketing, all this good stuff, print marketing. And anyway, so it's a great book. So I love that I have that now. I also take to my presentation it's also a Canva template. So once you start running ads behind your luxury listings, you'll want to make one of these, because this one really helps. Like, when I talk to them about how many people are going to see their home and how I'm going to tell the story of their home, they're like, oh, that's cool, So anyway, so I just kind of show them what it looks like on Facebook. This is my favorite one right now, though. I had, over 500,000 views here, 102,000 views here, 138,000, 270,000. Yeah, it's kind of cool, especially when you could pull up their old video that their old realtor did, if they even did a video. I'm running into so many people that haven't even did a video of your 17,000 square foot home. Like, this 17,000 square foot home that Michael Jackson used to live in, they didn't even do a video. I mean, there's a pickleball court. Anyway. So when I show them that really helps seal the deal too. And then I show them Zillow, how they have 1,800 views and 1,600 views, and who cares about Zillow? Anyway, so I take that with me. I also have like a CMA, a net sheet, tiered commission doc. I have buyers whitelist with me. These are all Canva templates that come in this Notion page. And then this is real marketing. So this is the important part. Remember how I told you they got my book in January? Well, this continued to go to them every month. Real marketing is, oh my God, I love this because number one, I don't have to do the math. I don't have to create this. It automatically just goes out. The only thing I need to do is tell them what listing I want to feature. So this is another thing I take to my listing appointment, right? Because you could be featured on my next one next month that goes out to thousands of elite home sellers just like you. Here you go. Sign the line. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, that helps. I did get into a luxury magazine where I have a 4-page spread that I can, promote my listings on. Little spendy, but hey, it's supposed to be delivered to all 10 of the neighborhoods I was trying to dominate. So I feel like I'm just kind of getting in front of people. And then my luxury website, we all have KB Core. Yes, it's beautiful. And I heard it's getting better, which is good news, but I really like Luxury Presence. It's so good. And they did a really good job building it. Like I said, I got like 30-second drone video of, my city and some luxury homes. So it turned out really good. And then I don't feel bad sending people to it. So, and when I was telling you before, my seller tips right here, those are all my seller tip videos. So they can go right there, check those out. The site turned out really good. So anyway, that's that. And then you want to have the best property website. So I have Eon with Avia Media, and they go, they give these or sell these for $99. So basically all the information is right here. It starts out with a picture, goes into my video, right? And then that is so funny. I'm wearing the same shirt. That was not planned. I do have other shirts. Anyway, so they can kind of see that along with all the information. And these properties have so many features, right? And the owner wants you to tell everything. So it gives you plenty of room to do all that. And then all the photos, and it does have, the floor plans and then the 3D tour. So I love those, but you take that to your listing too and be like, we have a website dedicated just to your home and it's going to be all about this, and then post on social media. I think posting on social media is just huge because, well, number one, when people start to see it, they believe it, right? So I just started running around in blue heron homes, right? In these $5 million homes, taking videos, stitching them together, being like, hey, want some information about this gorgeous home? Here you go. It's selling luxury. Wendy is luxury now, right? And then pretty soon they're like, oh yeah, that's Wendy. She does luxury. So they just constantly posting with your brand and doing home tours. People love home tours and they'll just start believing it. And if you don't know how to stitch them together, which you guys probably all do, here's how I stitch a video together and make a reel. These right here are, I think, what Dawn fell in love with. Here is how to do your YouTube ad. And here's how to do a Facebook static. And here's how to do a Facebook video ad. So, and these are through Street Text. Super easy. You don't even have to be an ads manager. It's amazing. And then this obviously is there. And then we do have a new workshop that is included. Every Friday, we're diving in and working on all of this together. So these are our recordings so far. We're putting those into there as well. But Joanna is going to put the link. You can actually have access. This was for my team. I have 5 EXP luxury people on my team across the country. And I put all my steps in this because I want them to succeed, right? So when they succeed, I succeed and everybody wins. So anyway, but then I decided, anybody could use this. I mean, it's going to be easier at EXP Luxury because we have great product, right? But seriously, anybody could use the same process and do the same thing and actually do the things. and, hopefully get the same results. But anyway, so I did make it live to the public, but EXP does get 50% off. That is your QR code is EXP to get 50% off. And then you also can come to all the luxury workshops every Friday for as long as you want.
Love it. Gosh, Wendy, I think you're kind of ruining your reputation as Jeep girl. I'm going to call you systems girl.
Oh, you should see my Jeep though. I got a 392 and I had to not really dull it down because it used to be like this huge mobile billboard, but I traded it in for the 392 and now it just has like a little EXP luxury, a couple gold things, and it's so cute. So well, I did not go to the Lexus or the electric car.
No, this is great. Gosh, I mean, I'm sort of sitting here just astonished at the amount of commitment that you've put into winning this space. In life, there's so many people that want to do things and they will dip their toe in. And you just made a clear decision that you were going to be a leader in the luxury space in Vegas and put the systems and process together to just do it. And and also, by the way, I know why you didn't answer my how many calls, because you're not making any calls. You're making somebody else do it.
Zero.
Yeah, exactly. So,
well, and the thing is a lot of our appointments we couldn't even find their phone number. So they literally were calling me off the marketing. And when I got to their home and talked to them, they were thanking me for not being one of those 100 agents that called them. Even though we would have called them if we could have found their stupid number, but apparently someone found it because they were getting, hundreds of calls. So they're like, that was genius. You just sent us this amazing book showing us exactly what you do and what our home would look like on all these different websites. That is genius. And I was just like, we've had some people say, oh my God, I'm going to put it up on the mantle so I'm ready to put it back on the market. So, I mean, it's just kind of crazy, but it's definitely commitment and making sure you do this. It doesn't have to be 13. The only reason I choose 13 is not a lucky number. It's because my printer that prints the inside, it has a $50 minimum, right? So I have to print 13 books in order to hit that $50 minimum. So that's why we went with 13. But you could do 10, you just do something. Doing a couple here and there is probably not going to be as consistent and won't work as good. But yeah, it does work. You just got to keep doing it. And Joanna, the same thing. She goes, okay, you're putting more on my plate. So what is priority? I have to get the luxury presentation. I'm like, luxury, that is priority. That's what we're doing.
Hey, Kevin tried your EXP code and it wasn't valid for him. So maybe maybe he's not putting it in correctly, or maybe it's somewhat different.
Yeah, it should work. I'm going there now, but yeah, anybody have any questions while I'm looking this up?
Well, I just love the fact, like Dawn said, you went out, you did it, and you have the system to back it up. I mean, James Clear, one of Dawn's favorite quotes, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you will fall to the level of your systems. And yeah, the market is changing right now, but the market doesn't determine your success. Your strategy determines your success. So you put together an amazing strategy, an amazing system here. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming. And Dawn, did you have anything to wrap things up here?
Well, for people that do want to use,
I'm sorry.
I want to make sure we get the right link.
This is the link. Joanna put the one in for the workshop.
Okay.
So it's EXP on this link. That will get you everything in the Notion page and access to the workshop.
Megan, will you grab that link and put it up on our Facebook page as well, Atomic Habits? Because, we had a little over 1,000 people that weren't here today. So I want to make sure that when people start finding
I know how that goes. We threw an event yesterday, my first webinar for like 24 speakers, one every 15 minute, right? 6-hour event. Holy stressful. Brent Gove was the last person to get on, right? And he was literally just getting off a plane. He goes, Wendy, just send me a link to my phone that can get me into the Zoom. And a webinar isn't like that. The panelist link is emailed to them, like it's super complicated. So anyway, we finally figured it out. But yeah, we had 440 registered and only 230 showed up. So I know all about how not everybody shows up, but I'm glad you guys did. This was fun.
Well, by the way, getting 230 people to show up for a webinar is badass. I mean,
And,
right?
and
I mean,
it dropped down below 200 probably after hour 4, which it shouldn't have. There was still a lot of good stuff, but I know people have things to do. We're all realtors. We're busy, but and taking 6 hours out of your day to be on my webinar. But anyway, everybody loved it. It turned out really good.
well, we appreciate you, and we're going to promote what you're doing and encourage others that want to be in that space to follow in your footsteps. You have laid a well documented path. So we appreciate that, your willingness to share as well and pass it on.
Awesome. Another little tip though, that lost me a $10 million listing was staging, right? So me, being a Jeep girl, having a mobile she shed with staging stuff in it, like $10 million people don't want my little staging shed. And I had no idea like how much things cost, right? Like I stage kitchen and baths for my houses just so they're super cute on the internet, right? But staging is kind of crazy. So do your homework and be friends with a stager. That way you can sound like you know what you're talking about when you go in. Because yeah, he's like, what do you think it costs to stage this house? He already knew the answer because it's already staged from the last listing agent, right? And I'm like, I don't know, like 5-10,000. And he goes, try 25,000. And I was like, oh, lost that listing.
Wow.
Just one
Now,
question. You could tell I wasn't in it.
now, will the seller be willing to pay for that staging? Is that how you structure that, or how do
Yeah.
you?
So what I do is I offer, like, especially on, $5 million and up or whatever, I'll offer to reimburse for staging at closing. Doing it on $1 million home, maybe not so much. That's like, almost all my commission. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, if you just say, staging is everything, you want people to fall in love as soon as they walk through the door, blah, blah, blah. And if they could pay it, then, I'd be more than happy. And you're making $300,000. Like, I'll pay that 25,
Yeah, no, I love
$30,000,
that.
right?
I love that it also uh, causes them to then be committed to you, right? Because they want that reimbursement.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And a little bit of motivation to actually sell, right? So they could get their money back.
Yeah,
But
awesome.
yeah, another thing was I was trying to, on my first couple of appointments, I was trying to be someone I wasn't, right? Because I need to be luxury, so I need to be someone that I'm not used to being, so it totally sounds fake. Like I cannot walk in heels. You'll see in some of my videos, like I have more bloopers than good footage. But it's just like trying to be someone else is, I don't know. It's just really hard. My first listing that they actually gave me, it was this guy in Mount Charleston. It was the log cabin. And he texted me and he goes, don't bother wearing high heels. I'm like, God, this is the best day ever. I get to wear my jeans and boots, drive my Jeep, right? So when I got there, I was like totally comfortable, being there. And I told him, I said, hey, I love log cabins. I said, me and my sister grew up in a log cabin, and my dad made us peel all the logs with these log peelers. We had slivers all up and down our sides. We got paid like 5 cents a log. I was like, and all I could say is, I'm glad it wasn't this big. and just like that little story, being authentic, being my real self, got me the listing. So
You know what else I think is part of your secret to success, Wendy, is that you're just having fun.
We are having a lot of fun. This is fun.
Right? You guys, whatever part of the business that you're going to pick out, make sure that it inspires you like luxury does, Wendy, and just have fun with it. People want to be around people that are having fun.
Yeah.
All right, with that, we're going to wrap it up and get you guys on your day. Thank you for being with us, Wendy. You are amazing.
Thank you.
We appreciate you sharing.
All right.
Tom, you have anything to wrap it up with?
Well, next week we've got Russ Enyard, and he's going to share the new top hacks to succeed in today's market. So don't miss it. Same bat time, same bat channel. See y'all next week. Thanks, Wendy. Thanks, Don. Thanks.
Bye.